Hey all, Hipper here. So today I saw a video made by Chili Games 17, which is a World of Warships community contributor. And I actually agree with everything Chili says in this video here, and I think it is a massive problem, and it's only gonna get worse and worse and worse. So a legendary tier itself is not so much the problem. It is the problem the way legendary tier has been implemented in the game, which is just horrible. And it was something everybody could see back when the bureau was introduced. Everybody thought, okay, what happens in 9 or 10 months or 12 months, whatever it takes, when all the horrible potatoes have researched the legendary ships and takes them out. And we've reached that point now, and I can tell you that it is terrible. And Wargaming really needs to do something to fix this, because this is hurting the game, and it's hurting it big time. And I could live with it if it was just legendary tier. It means, okay, I just won't play any legendaries then. But because legendary keeps getting mixed with tier 7, tier 7 is hurting as well, and it's actually hurting even more, which is a shame, because before legendaries were introduced, tier 7 was, in my opinion, in a perfect state of balance. There was no like super powerful ships, and everything was just well, peachy, pretty much. Now it's a very different world, and I picked this battle here as an example of what happens in legendary battles. So if you noticed in the beginning, both destroyers were sailing into the cap behind me, and they have no intention of stopping this guy here from capping, so I have to do that in a battleship, which is fine. Okay, I'll do that. I'll take some torps for the team, no problem. But then at the very least, I have 2 destroyers behind me, so it would be wonderful if they kept, the enemy from flanking me, which they don't. All they do is fire 1 salvo of torpedoes into the cap, and then I don't know what they do. So now we have this cap here behind me, and this is just the result of a lack of understanding of the game, and the lack of understanding of the ship you're playing, in this instance destroyers, and what you are supposed to do to win. Because right now, this is looking pretty good. If I can grab this cap here, we can just defend it, and hopefully the other flank will come to our rescue, and this is a victory. All we have to do is kill that flanking destroyer, and I'm trying my best to help here, but I cannot turn my front guns all the way back. It means I'm defenseless in the front, and that's just not the smartest thing to do. So it would be nice if our other destroyer here, who seems to be blissfully unaware of this flanking destroyer here, he would actually go out there and kill him. I mean, that's what you're there for. So the cap is taken. We have all the advantages now. So all we have to do now is just defend this cap here. There's no need to push forward. All we have to do is take care of this cabba here in the back. That I don't know. No, I think it was the Iowa that actually took out the Shima. But that Shima was also, yeah, probably not someone who had played the full line of Japanese destroyers until he got his Shimakaze. And probably the same exact situation with this guy here in the Yamato here, because like honestly, who goes broadside onto another Yamato at 6.5 kilometer distance? Not many people, but except this guy here. And 4 citadels, and he just survives by a sliver. And now I'm in a terrible spot here, because I have the Kappa behind me, and I have to trust my secondaries to keep him at bay for a little bit. But I can pretty much choose between getting torped by this guy or heading into a crossfire of battleships. So I pick the latter, because I can probably take an enemy battleship with me. We'll see how it goes. But all this guy gotta do is torp me, and I can't sit around there. So we'll see if we can finish off this Yami here, and we have an Amaji on the other side, so I'm trying to angle as quickly as I possibly can. And it actually turns out pretty well here. I don't take any 2 nasty hits. So now I can choose, do I take out the Yamato or do I save my salvo for the Amaji? And of course that broadside is just too good to give up. And again, he just survives by a sliver, but then my secondaries finish him off. But of course I don't have a salvo for the Amaji now, and he's going to reload before me. And there was the torps from the cap, so we avoided those. But obviously we're going to take a nasty hit now. And this is how legendary battles are. It's total chaos. It's like it's a noob potato fest that is just horrible. And like I said before, okay, that's fine if that stays at legendary tier. Then everybody who doesn't like that, like circus, they can just play other tiers. But because legendaries keep infesting tier 7 battles, and I promise you, if you play a tier 7 cruiser, you will get into a legendary battle, because there are no good legendary cruisers. Both of them are awful. Alaska is terrible at hunting destroyers, and Worcester is just like mediocre in every way. So that is another problem with legendary tier. It's full of destroyers and it's full of battleships, and that makes for a horrible gameplay on top of the lack of skill that is very evident in this tier. So despite me dying in what was actually the first 5 minutes of the game, then I still managed to be first on the team, and that is just hilarious, to be honest. So why is this? What's happening here? Why is legendary tier so horrible? Well, it's all down to the bureau. And like I said before, when Wargaming introduced this horrible idea here, at least when it comes to legendary ships, a lot of people ask the question, what happens in a year when everybody has researched these ships here? And that's what we're having now. And it was a short-sighted suggestion or decision by Wargaming. They was like, oh, we need people to play the ships. How do we do that? Why don't we force them to log in every day and then give them the top tier ship when they finish? Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that. So that's what they did. And now everybody's paying for it. And a much better solution is what they did with Stalingrad, to make it available for 2 million global XP. At the very least, this means that you actually have to play the game to get the top tier ships. And you probably have to play it quite well, because it takes a long time to rack up 2 million global XP, especially if you don't play the top tier ships where you get more XP. And yeah, of course you can like purchase the ship if you really want to, but it is a limited amount of people who want to spend $400 on a ship. Except for the really dedicated players, which is fine, we want them. But I don't see many potatoes forking out $400 for Stalingrad. So the global XP way is a good way of trying to fix this problem here, but it doesn't fix the fact that a lot of people already have legendary ships and they take them out in battles and they do horrible, and the whole community suffers. How to get around that? Well, I've been saying this for many years now, and the ship service needs to go up, and it doesn't need to go up like 10%. It needs to go up like a lot. It needs to go up to 1 million silver for legendary battles and 500,000 for tier 7 battles. That's what I think, and I think that would solve a lot of issues in this game here. So what else could we do? Well, there's another option. Wargaming could introduce some sort of, like a monthly payment. Let's call it Elite Premium, like I did here. So you pay 10,000 doubloons a month, and that gives you Elite Premium. And what that does is it gives you the option to choose standard battles only with other players that also have Elite. Of course, you can still choose the standard battles if you want to. But personally, I would give my left arm for this, not my right arm. This way everybody's happy. Everybody can still potato around in potato standard, and if you really love the game and you really want to play it to its fullest, you can pay a monthly premium and you have access to standard, elite and also all the other like Arena Elite and everything. That way, everyone's happy. Like there are separate areas, and yeah, the matchmaking may take longer, but I mean these days the matchmaking takes 10 seconds. When this game first started out, you could wait 2 minutes up to 3 minutes for a tier 7 battle, and I would happily wait those minutes to actually get decent battles. So agree, don't agree? Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you have any other ways of solving this problem, because it is a problem, and don't try to tell me otherwise in the comments. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you out there.